folks, there is drama. Drama aplenty here at SEN HQ, folks. We are trying to get these teams, but, well...
NRL.com. Let's...
No
thanks, NRL.com.
Crashed.
I think the AFL has infiltrated.
No, you know what's happened? All the Tigers fans have they said, let's get on there and make sure that Galvin doesn't get picked.
Boys, I've got a cheat code.
Oh, what's your cheat code?
Yeah, I've got a cheat code, so I can get us in the back end.
Oh.
Yeah, I can get us in the back end.
Oh, jeez.
All right, you know what we're
Shout out
going to
to
do?
you, Jay Beale.
Speaking about the back, good show that, the better system, Ron. All right.
Tourism in the bag, in the house. All right, go.
Okay, we're going to start at the back, speaking of which.
Yes.
Because it's a massive game. It's going to be a massive crowd. We're talking about the King's birthday, Brian.
Yes.
There's no King Gutho this time around. He was unbelievable last year.
Yep.
But here is the team news. Canterbury taking on Parramatta. What sort of crowd are we going to get? Oh, there's a couple of big ins here. Let's go through this. Lachlan Galvin has been named in the extended squad. We wanted to rip the Band-Aid off. So what number?
22, I reckon.
Lachlan Galvin's 23.
Oh, the 23 number.
Jordan.
Or LeBron.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, talk about LeBron.
You know what?
Warney.
Speaking of cats.
Warney.
Yeah.
Buddy Franklin.
Yeah.
Who else is 23? Did Michael
Beckham?
Clark go 23 once? Like, seriously?
Yeah, he did.
Why he's 23? Most teams have 22 because the Bulldogs set aside jumper number 18 for the fans. That's what they do. So he's number 23. Will we see his debut? We do not know. Stephen Crichton, Maxi King, Kurt Mann, Jacob Kiraz, Daniel Saluka-Fafita. The band is back. There's a lot of big ins coming for the Bulldogs. Will Penasini comes back from concussion, so he comes into the side. Jordan Samrani goes to the bench. Joash Papali'i drops to 18th man. Kelma Talangi has been named to start the game. I think he's been in good form this year, Kelma Talangi. And he'll start the game with Luca Moretti coming off the Judith Dench. So that's Monday. What a big game that's going to be. SEN's got the call. Head out there. Click on Stadium. You'll get it live.
Sure, we're not putting names on jerseys at the moment, but can the Bulldogs get some 23 Bulldogs jerseys out there at a call by Sunday, 4 p.m. Monday, 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
They would sell a truckload of those. His debut jersey, number 23. Like, that's a good way to get around the names on jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Put him in an obscure number, and everyone goes, oh, he wore 23 on his debut for the Dogs against Para.
Yeah.
I think there's money to be made there.
Is he playing or not?
I don't think he is.
I think you've got to play him, don't you?
Go to their bench.
Okay.
Go to their bench.
The bench is Haywood, Hayes, Hopboy, Curtis Moran.
Curtis Moran. Okay, well, Hapoy's going to play.
Yep.
Moran's going to play. Bailey Hayward's going to play. So I think Harold with an H, if he doesn't go down, but...
I'd put him 18th man because then he might play and there's a good chance he won't.
And gets him part of the...
It gets him in. He's
Yeah,
in
that
part of
could
the
happen.
18.
That could happen.
Anyway,
I think that's
ass.
what you do.
Rat's ass. No more Galvin chat.
Rightio. Brian, take us to Thursday night, please.
Thursday night football. This is the 1997 grand final rematch. Knights versus Sea Eagles. Unfortunately, the Knights don't look anywhere near as strong as that 1997 side. Kalen Ponga, well, he's back at number 1 jersey. So Fletcher Sharp is back to his 5'8". Our favourite position. Jackie Cogger is halfback. Brodie Jones is going to start with Leo Thompson. You know, he strangled that bloke's face off.
Hamish.
Yeah.
How long's he got? Is it
4 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's his third.
Early.
It's his third
Third and
final
subsequent.
Subsequent offence.
offence. Let's do this. Jake Trbojevic is back after missing the 2 games. So Matt Lodge. See you, Matt. You're gone. And Jazz Tavana slides to the bench. Josh Aloye, shoulder injury. So Sipley is back.
Oh, the best.
That's early, isn't it?
Yeah, Sipley is back to the front row. Man, I can't get my Manly. This is what they do, don't they? It's like Bryden's lawyers. That's what we do. They're so good, and then the next week you just can't trust them.
I know, you can't. You can't.
This smells like another upset.
Wow. Take us to Amy Park, Brooks.
Amy Park, 6 p.m. It'll be on your wireless via SEN. Storm and the Cowboys. What grand final was that? 2017, I want to say?
So what game?
Storm Cowboys. 2017? Cowboys from 8th?
True
One,
that.
one of the most dominant
True that.
grand
Yeah,
final
yeah.
wins.
Was it like
They were
32
terrific.
something?
Remember just before half-time, I think it was Kyle Felt making that line break, and it could have been an iconic photo. There was 10 Storm guys just chasing him. And it was a dominant first half, and you were just like, this is over. There's no way they're coming. The whole team pretty much chased him down.
No JT. Michael Morgan went
it was the
berserk.
Morgan
went
finals
berserk.
period.
Yeah, and well, Billy Slater, he actually got the Clive after the year before. He was out injured. And
Yes.
Munster was playing fullback, and
Oh, yeah.
Luke Lewis
That's right.
had his little baby Hazel, their firstborn,
Yeah.
and he had to go up and accept the Clive Churchill, and Billy Slater was standing there. So he said, "Oh, mate, can you mind the bub for me?"
Oh,
So
solid.
Solid
So he
offloader.
holds the baby,
Yeah.
and then gets the Clive the next year.
God, thank God it wasn't George Burgess with holding the baby because it might have dropped.
Anyway, Storm, Maroon Stars, Xavier Coates and Harry Grant will return after being rested against the Titans in round 13. Trent Loiero will start after coming off the bench last week. Bronson Garlick goes to the bench after playing hooker last week for Harry Grant. Su'Afa'alongo goes to the reserves. First half double last week. Unfortunately, he's dropped out of the 17. Joe Chan will also make way. Alec McDonald is listed among the reserves as he closes in on his return from a quad injury. Cowboys, same 17 that beat the Tigers last week. So that Purdue did halves combination will go around again. Murray Talangi and Jason Taumalolo will not be in the side. They weren't there last week, so they remain sidelined with both calf injuries.
Baby cows.
Upset Cowboys down at Amy Park.
No.
No.
Okay, no.
No.
Sorry.
Tourist
Tourist,
day.
come on, you little green beast.
Well, thanks. Not courtesy of NRL.com. I'm having to share Sugar's laptop here. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, he returns at fullback after missing the win over the Bulldogs. So Jake Affarillo goes back to the centres. Max Fine goes to the reserves. Jeremy Marshall-King. What's happening over there? Jeremy Marshall.
Brooksy, interrupt. What did you find?
Just a nail on Fletcher's laptop.
I got a toenail.
No.
Toenail. Yeah, it
Toenail?
was a big
You're a
white
grub.
I'm
one.
missing that myself.
I am a grub.
GRUB.
Was it you or was it Vossi?
No, I was earwigging today.
Brandy.
I was at the cafe. I was
Brandy,
earwigging,
yeah.
and there was these people talking about when they drop food, and they said, "Oh, so and so drops his food. It's disgusting. He drops food on the," and he says the 5-second rule. Chat. And I did exactly the same thing. A minute before the people, I dropped my bacon. Bit of bacon fell out, and I picked it up and ate it. Anyway, good story.
Cheers, Dropper. Cool story, Hansel.
I remember when I got picked for City.
I remember
and,
when. I remember when.
I remember I got picked for City for the first time. And,
Star hooker Jeremy Marshall-King and Maxi Plath, they are listed amongst the reserves, so they could close in on an injury. For the Dragons, we have Luciano Leilua. He comes back into the starting side. Jaden Sua sidelined with an ankle injury. Raymond for Taylor Mariner, he's on the bench. And winger Christian Tuipulotu is good to go after his hamstring injury. Terrell Sloan drops to the reserves.
It's his birthday.
He's coming third. It's his birthday.
It's his
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
too.
Enjoy Reggie's.
Oh,
do you-
we
how
need
do
to
you
film
feel?
that. That's what we need to film, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Tom, happy birthday, mate. By the way.
you speak.
You're down
Show
in
me
the
the
colours.
money.
How do you feel as the only Dragon
feel
supporter?
No,
like-
Lawson was great.
Lawson
he was
Wells.
awesome. Last week.
Lawson Wells.
Lawson
Lawson
Wells.
was awesome.
He was great, yeah. I guess you've got to pick Tuipulotu back into the side after
Yeah.
his start to the season. He gives you a bit. It's tough to see Sloan like he's lost his fullback spot. Gave it to Gutho. Oh, I didn't give it to Gutho, but lost it
Sloan
to
is an X
Gutho.
factor, but you
He is
feel
an X
Lawson is
factor.
a little bit more reliable.
A bit
Is that-
stronger and extra. Yeah, he's like that extra forward, like
Yeah,
coming out of the
he
back.
was impressive for his.
Yeah.
Third top try scorer.
Yeah, I know.
In the
It's
comp.
it's a tough decision, but look, let's see what happens, and it might be good. He might come back next week. Who knows? Lawson might be, might have 2 games up there, go back down to Reggie's. He's been killing it down there. Let's see.
Are we worried about the Sloan Dragons relationship? Because he's been back to reserve grade a few times now.
I think they've used 5 or 6 wingers this year too, Shug. So and he's sort of rode that.
Yeah,
Like it's
so
been the other
Fine,
winger going
for now.
for now.
Yep.
Tuipulotu, Lawson, and Allen as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
6. So
Wow.
he's been sort of the constant there. So, yeah, I think it might be time for him to just one more game, then come back in later.
Mate,
All
I-
ships rise with the tide.
I feel that once he's
How do you
gone,
feel?
this kid, this Lawson, I feel that he's here to stay.
It's Marky Mark, pedigree, 7s.
Yeah.
Yep, Warbrick.
He's his
Two-time Olympian.
inspiration too. Likes Marky Mark.
We move on to the Sharkies and the Warriors. They've had some cracking games over the last few years, the Sharkies and the Warriors. Now, Ronaldo Militalo, they have lost him to suspension, but offset by fellow winger Sione Katoa. So he comes back. That is a timely return and boost for the Cronulla Sharks. He had that shoulder reconstruction for his first game of the season. This is his first game. I've got a feeling he did that actually against the Warriors in a trial match. But anyway, Teague Wilton is also back from a shoulder injury. So that's how it's playing out for the Sharkies. Billy Burns slides into 18th man. For the Warriors, we know the very sad news around Mitch Barnett and the ACL. So his season's done and dusted. Jackson Ford is going to be the man to play up front alongside James Fisher-Harris. Of course, Adam Fanua-Blake takes on the Old Firm. One of our favourites, Leka Halasima, who's got to be a front runner for the
Rookie
of the Year.
What about Imperial?
Imperial. Where is he?
He's there.
He's there.
Demetric. Demetric is 16. Yeah, Demetric Imperial.
Put him in.
He is there.
leather.
He's flying too. Jeez, they got it. And Tanner Stowers-Smith comes onto the Judith Dench there, boys. So that's how it's shaping up. It is a South East Queensland derby. The Broncos taking on the Gold Coast Titans Saturday, 7:35 p.m. Brian at Suncorp Stadium.
Yes, and as usual, Broncos radio every week on the SEN App. You can listen to the Broncos get pumped by the Titans this week. I'm hoping. I'm with Shawnee. 9.5 start.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Good promo.
Yes, please.
For Broncos radio.
You're going to get pumped.
Reece Walsh is back. He's going to be playing. He's been out for 6 weeks.
I know.
So he's going to go
Not
straight
5 to
back
7.
into fullback. Selwyn Cobbo returns on the sting. Dean Mariner drops out. Corey Jensen is promoted to start at prop. Paddy Carrigan moving back to lock. Titans. AJ Brimson, he's back, but he's playing his 18th man. So he's gone with.
So has he been cleared with that, or have they just popped him there?
No, he's been cleared.
Okay.
So he's been listed as 18th man. And Alan Fitzgibbon.
Oh, what a comeback.
Not Craig's dad,
Oh.
but he is going to be on the wing, and Phil Semi sliding to the centres. So Kieran Foran is going to start at jersey number 6. And who else is back in? Chris Randall on an edge.
Number 22, boys. Look at number 22.
22. Blake Moser?
No, 22 for the Titans.
Oh, Ryan Foran.
Ryan Foran.
I don't think it's a relative.
No.
Really?
No.
David
Same name.
Fafita, what's going on there?
I know.
What the hell is going on
Foot
there?
injury?
No, saying an ankle injury now. But Blake Moser's in. Someone was pushing for Blake Moser yesterday.
Sean Mullany. Where did we see him pop up at? Was he a Tiger or?
Yeah, didn't he make his
yeah.
debut recently?
Yeah, I think
Did he make
so.
his debut for the Titans, I think?
For the Titans, was it?
I think he might have
Yeah,
made his debut
Kiwi.
this year.
He's from New Zealand.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Yes.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well done. Well done there, Brian. Let's move on to the Raiders and the Rabbitohs. This is Milestone City. So well done to Josh Papali'i, who is going to break the all-time record for games played at Canberra. He'll surpass Jason Croker. So he's currently level with Jason Croker. We'll catch up with Tootsie Croker a little bit later on to talk about his career. But it is Milestone City. And, of course, Jack Whiten returns.
Yeah, so they're looking at 20,000 there. So Raiders fans, go to raiders.com.au, get your tickets. It's going to be a good event. Josh Papali'i has been listed to start. So his 319th game passing Jason Croker. Corey Horsburgh moves to lock. Morgan Smithies to the bench. Jamal Fogarty is back after the late withdrawal against the Roosters, which means Ethan Sanders will be wearing jersey number 22 if he starts or plays. The Rabbitohs, big ins. Big ins here. Jack Whiten, former Raider, and Cody Walker, both back from calf injuries. Yeah. So the last time they played together,
let me guess.
I'm going to take you back to
round 6,
7.
Round
Always
7.
odd numbers.
And what happened that day?
Can't remember.
Do we know?
They did their calves.
Calf injuries. Isaiah Tass.
That's right.
So, yeah, Whiten's going to the centres. Tass will go to the wing. Bailey, Bentley, Harpe makes way. Jaden Sullivan goes to the bench. Jai Gray drops to the reserves.
Wow.
LLB, a.k.a. Liam LeBlanc, joins the bench after taking on the 18th man role last week.
Jai Gray to the bench.
I know.
Leading the Dally M's to the bench.
Yep. It's a tough
Pride
game,
of Jenny.
rugby
Tough
league.
school.
And then-
Tough school.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
words. Perth
So-
Bears.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I noticed that Trey Fuller has been back playing. I love the meat.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Also,
last year.
Might be an X factor for him later in the year. They got a pretty decent draw too, the Dolphins.
Could he play 6?
The meat tray?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Just spitballing here.
Yeah.
number 20 guys for the Bunnies. Tyrone Munro.
Oh,
He's also a potential comeback this week as well.
So
wait and see.
Who they picked on the wing, Alex? Oh, yeah. It's a good-looking bunny side.
Yeah, they're finally getting some of their stars back.
The only problem, right,
Yep.
is like Munro's a try scorer, AJ's a try scorer.
Both left
But if
side.
you've got Munro and you've got AJ and you've got Latrell, there's no big carries at the back of the
Yeah.
field, is there?
That's a
Is
good
that fair or
point.
not?
That is a good point. Might have to do it like we did in the old days.
Yeah.
Forwards might have to get back there and ruck it out.
Ruck it out. Brad Clyde led the charge there.
Brad Clyde.
Yeah.
Fitzy was big at that.
Yep.
Fitzy had steam back.
What, push you out a dummy half and take a run?
Yeah, no, I'm running back on side. Go, Fitzy.
Now, boys, you're going to hear this term a lot this week.
Ooh.
Battle of the big cats.
Oh,
Battle of the big cats.
Combank.
You're going to hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Combank.
Absolutely. So the Panthers, they are out at Combank against Latu Fainu. He's set for his first game since round 5, so he'll be on the number 14 jersey. Gerald Skelton, he's also back on deck as well, so he'll be on the wing. No Alex Twall to concussions, so Alex Saithvarth, he goes to lock. And Tony Sucker, Suka, he's promoted to the start in the back row. Brett Naden and Charlie Staines have both been dropped to the reserves. And youngster Kit Lau Lilly, he joins the bench for his first game of 2025. Back rower Charlie Murray makes his NRL debut off the bench.
Chicka Murray.
Charlie Murray.
Chicka Muzz. There you go. By the way, so well done to the Fainu family. 3 players playing in this one game, which you don't see that a lot of the time. Obviously, the Trbojevic boys do that from time to time, but there you go there. And Tony Suka, you know when you think of players, you think of events, I'll never forget there was a game at CommBank Stadium, and the poor bugger, it was one of those, hey, he didn't get on the field. He was in the 17 but didn't get on the field. And then for half an hour after the game, he's out there by himself.
Oh, you had to do the...
That sucks.
It does suck.
Doesn't that suck? Sucker.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony Sucker.
Panthers, same 17 as this one last week.
Ooh.
No changes for Ivan Cleary.
Alamotti dropped like last week. The other Papali's not in this. I'll tell you what, it's not a bad little side when on the reserves bench, so not even on the bench, you've got Isaiah Papali, Schneider, Garner, Alamotti.
Yeah.
Trent Talau's not bad as well.
The band is back.
It is back, but I think they've left their run too late.
Have they?
I feel they have.
I'd love to see it. I would just love to see Chautauqua flying down the outside. There you go, folks. That's how it's all shaping up. What would you say, boys, before we break and go to Amy Drew with the news with the big headlines? Reece Walsh comes back.
Lachie Galvin,
Sloane
is he in or
dropped.
not?
Cody.
Sloane dropped.
Cody.
Tommy rested.
Jack Whiten back.
Whiten back.
Papali'i to start in the milestone game for him to break a record. It's all happening, folks. It is all happening. We've got big show still to come. We've got Matty Johnson to join us. We're looking forward to that. We have got Tootsie Croker for your Tuesday. True Love. Brian's got a True Love story he wants to share a little bit later on as well. So we're looking forward to that, Brian. That was very meaningful what you were saying about that True Love story before.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, this is what sometimes we joke around, but when it's about love, sometimes you've just got to take the gloves off,
All we need is love, Brian.
get right into it, and let's go to an ad break. Mitchie.
Tommy Turbo will be rested for the Knights clash, Brian. The second straight week, the Seagulls fullback will be out with a corked thigh. Boy, gee, can't he find an injury, the poor bugger?
Yeah.
So he's going to be out. Lee Hopewadi, he is a capable replacement. We know that well and truly. You love him in the one jumper. So that'll be the case today when teams are officially announced at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so it must have a lot of bleeding there. Hematoma, we call that. I remember the great Justin Dooley. Remember Dools?
Yes.
So Dools got a cork on his leg, and I've never seen anyone. It got infected and then got calcified, so they had to cut him open. Cut his leg open. Kearnsey had the same thing. Robbie Kearns had the same thing. So then he had it looked like a German sausage popping out of his skin because the sheath got cut.
Really?
So when he went like that, the muscle was basically still hanging out. The skin was over the top.
So what do they do there with the calcification?
Well, he just left it on. He left it too long. He didn't like.
No, but how do you get it out?
You can't.
Oh.
Yeah, they cut it out.
Oh.
Because the blood clots sort of stuff, and it calcifies. Maybe Dr. Mark could tell us. If you're out there,
Ooh.
Dr. Mark, if you're on the... He'd be out there catching some kingies at the moment.
Would he?
Yeah.
Is Dools down at Adelaide?
He's in Adelaide, yeah. Doing Forex.
Oh, there you go. Lachie Galvin, he's been the talk of the town, folks. Where do we see him in the 17 potentially? Well, Lachie Galvin spoke to Danny Wilder last night on 9. Here's what he had to say on choosing the Dogs over the Parramatta Eels.
No, we spoke to Para as well. I obviously met Rolsey, and he was a great guy, and obviously met Ciro as well. And, you know, we spoke to both of them, but at the end of the day, obviously, I've chose the Doggies.
Why the Bulldogs?
I think meeting Ciro, I think the way he spoke to me and how he has this club running at the moment, obviously it's something I want to be a part of. Just watching them the last couple months and seeing what they're building is obviously pretty cool too. You know, they're coming first on the ladder. That's pretty weird to go into a side that's obviously going so good, and yeah, I'm pretty grateful that they're one of the clubs after me.
Okay, speaking of Coach Ciraldo, who impressed Lachlan Galvin, he spoke to the media today about Galvin for round 14. So I like what they did here. They got on the front foot. He said this, he'll be named in the 22 today, and we'll make those decisions later in the week, the coach said. That playing reserve grade was part of the conversation we had when we signed him. He was comfortable with it and understood that he had to come here and earn the right to be in the team. He had no qualms about that, which was awesome, and it's a sign of his character that he's happy to come here and play reserve grade to bide his time. Do you read that into that he will play reserve grade?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yep.
Do we like that?
I do like that.
We like that.
I like how he said he's got to earn his stripes.
Yep.
Very, very smart by Ciraldo. Takes the heat off him. He's come out now.
He hasn't said he's playing reserve grade. He's in the 22.
No, I know, but if he does, it is smart because he's done. It's all about Galvin.
Yep.
You know, he's just done that interview there with Channel 9. So I feel if he has a couple of games in reserve grade, it all blows over.
Yep.
No one's talking about it, and then bring him in. You know, no pressure on him.
I kind of feel, though, with Mann out at the moment, Kurt Mann, that it's a chance to sort of put him on the bench. Not to say he won't. We'll know. We won't know anything at 4 o'clock because he will be that 22.
Well, you can't have Bailey, Haywood, and Lachlan Galvin on the bench.
No.
You can't.
No.
So,
what's happening with Reid Money?
Well, it's gone very quiet.
This is the moving season, Brian. We are in June. Can you believe that? We are in June. And
was he captain? Was he captain at one stage?
That's a great question.
Reid Marnie captain at all? And
I reckon he was.
When Billy Army and Matty Burton was out?
Before Crichton came, maybe?
No, I mean when
Did they come
Crichton
at the
was
same
injured.
time?
When Crichton was
Oh,
injured.
okay. Yep.
Oh, 23, but this year, I mean.
That was via the Daily Telegraph too, by the way, that Cameron Ciraldo speaking to the media. So there you go.
Where do you think he'll play?
I think...
Just whack him in now to rip the Band-Aid off?
I don't think he'll be named as a starter. I think he'll be named firstly on the bench.
Well, he's going to be 22. He's going to be number 22.
However he starts, I don't think will be in the starting side.
Okay.
You agree with that or not?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Fascinating. It is really fascinating because they are, parked at the top of the ladder alongside the Canberra Raiders, of course. So what is the ideal 1, 6, 7, 9, 14 for the Bulldogs on their run home, folks? How do you see this? Speaking about their run home, it looks this way, Brian. All right, let's go through this. Brian. Tell me how they are placed for this. Let's play win-loss on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. But you're taking into consideration the upsetting the apple cart, i.e. the Galvin. So that'll take a while to sort of settle it. Okay, go. I'm just
Are you ready?
Thinking out loud.
Okay. Eels at home.
I like the Eels.
I like the Eels too.
When you say home, is it Belmore or
Ackle?
Yeah.
Yep. Rabbitohs away.
Win.
Which would be Ackle too, wouldn't it?
Yep. Win.
Okay, win. Bye. Panthers away. Combank.
Hang on. Is that around Origin? Are the players in or out? I need all the evidence, please, Brooks. When they play the Panthers, is that around Origin time? Origin 3.
We're guessing. Anyway, march on.
If the 5 are out.
Yep.
No, if the 5 are in.
Okay. Broncos at home.
Win.
Cowboys away.
Win.
West Tigers away.
Yes, if there's any justice in the world for West Tigers, it's a loss.
Oh, what about that? Warriors away.
Loss.
Roosters at home.
Win.
Storm.
Win.
Away.
Oh, loss.
A loss. Panthers at home.
It's a tough draw.
Yeah. They come. It's a tough run home. So they've got Warriors, Roosters, Storm, Panthers, Sharks.
And then you've got West Tigers with all that emotion. We've got to turn that. It's got to be Friday night, doesn't it?
Gee, that's hard, isn't it? When you think about premiership credentials, you've got Warriors, Roosters, Storm, Panthers, Sharks, and maybe 4 weeks of finals.
We need Peter V'landys to turn that game around. The West Tigers. We've got to change it. Would you like a Friday night game? All eyes on there? Or do you want a day game?
Oh, a day game.
Yeah?
Yeah, day
Sunday
game.
Arvo?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's away. Would it be at Leichhardt? Any chance, Brooks, there?
Combank, 34 to 36 points based on Brian. Is that going to get you top 4? We'll have a look at that in the break. Rightio, rugby league news continues. The Brisbane Broncos offer Adam Reynolds a 1-year contract, according to the Bomber, Peter Bedell, through the Courier Mail. So the Brisbane have officially launched their bid to extend the career of Adam Reynolds after tabling a 1-year deal for the veteran playmaker. Only last week, his agent, Stevie Gillis, chimes. Said Reynolds' priority was to stay in Brisbane and continue his career. Unless a deal can't be done at Brisbane, there'll be no further conversations with anyone. So it looks as though...
it's Brizzy or bust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are the Dolphins not in the conversation?
For?
Well, given the fact that they were linked to Daly Cherry Evans, if you're linking yourself to Daly Cherry Evans, wouldn't you be linking yourself to Adam Reynolds? Wouldn't it be similar?
Well, no. I think they were going to play Daly at 6.
Right.
Well, they got the kid there, the Isaiah Katoa. Nah, they'd be looking for a 6.
But as you saw with the Blues, can't you just have 2 7s? Do you have to have a 7 and a 6?
So you're going to... Well, they're very similar sort of players, aren't they? Reynolds and Katoa.
Katoa. Yeah, anyway.
You know. No, I think they need a young, running 5'8", Hugo Savala.
Rambunctious.
Anyone.
Sammy Walker, speaking of the Roosters, Sammy Walker to make his return, David Riccio. We shared this a little bit earlier with through the Daily Telegraph. Riccio's all over this, the doctor. Sydney Roosters halfback Sam Walker will make his long-awaited comeback from a major knee injury by returning the New South Wales Cup on Sunday. Be interested to see who they pick, actually, which players will go back and play in that game. I wonder who they're going to pick alongside Sammy Walker, because I want to see him have success. The Roosters New South Wales Cup side faces Parramatta at Kellyville Park on Sunday. Did you ever play at Ringrose Park?
Yes.
And those little dinky sheds?
Yes, I did. Yeah, the old Ringrose.
Ringrose Park. Angus Crichton, by the way, speaking of Roosters, he was on 100% footy last night. He had a go at Gus.
Uh-oh.
And the Bulldogs. Hear what he had to say, Angus.
Angus, last year, Joey Manu, Suoli'i, Jared Weir-Hargreaves, Luke Keary, Brandon Smith, Sam Walker, Satili Tupanua. It's a big drain on senior experienced talent, isn't it?
I know. Somehow we still don't have any cash as well. And you guys keep signing everyone, so I don't know what's going on here. There's got to be an investigation. There's got to be an investigation.
You're more than welcome here anytime you want to. Wait a minute. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Angus on the attack, Brian.
Yes, that's what you get when you go to a private school.
Yep. Smart.
You get the smarts and you get the gumption. Just to take on old horseshoe ring himself.
Dunk that bastard. I tell you what, Brian, when you think about it, like what Gus said, so Sammy Walker's been out. Cheese is gone.
Yeah.
Satili Tupanua, he's gone. Joey Manu.
That's 5.
It just
6.
list
Kiri,
goes
7.
on.
Yeah.
Just goes
That's 7 play. That's why it's... that's
Hargreaves.
why I feel that these kids that have stepped in, the forwards are okay because, but the halves, Sen and Smith and Hugo have done a terrific job.
Great job.
How are they going to, talking about getting derailed, like we're talking about the Bulldogs getting derailed, not Sam Rockwood, not that sort of monologue I'm talking about. But they lose those 2 kids, which you think one's going to have to go.
Yep. I like your theory. I think Hugo.
Hugo can play. Where do you want Hugo at 13?
I like it.
Well, Radley's there. Radley's got that knock. But you don't want to let him go. Because once he's gone, unless they do the loan sort of thing.
Yeah,
he's proven himself now.
He's proven, Brian.
I don't care what you say. Hugo has
first grader.
He's proven himself.
Yep. I agree. What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.